that part also touches my soul and my heart very deeply, is that many of your poems, your writings, are kind of entangled with love, or they lead us towards love, or they show us where love is, or they kind of push us to discover something about love, and I absolutely love it.
You love love.
Yes, I love love.
You cannot imagine how sweet that is for me to hear that, because you asked before about reaching large audiences. Well, it's beautiful to me that something that came out of me, and that it touches that place and other people, and it moves them, and it's just very sweet. And in my experience, love is truth.
Yes.
Do you know what truth is? I don't. I thought I knew. And then it turned on its head. And I danced on my ear. Do you know what truth is? I don't. I was looking for it. And then it wandered away. It wandered into the distance. And I swung on my eye. Do you know what truth is? I don't. I recognize it, but I don't know what it is. I thought I did, but then it turned inside out, and I hopped on my hair. Have you ever danced on your ear when truth was there, and then it was not? Have you swung on your eye when you touched truth and your hand reached through a cloud? Have you hopped on your hair when truth was black and then it was white? How is it that truth is nowhere to be found? I mean, nowhere to be found. But then it permeates all. Permeates your most desperate heart and your darkest night. How is it that truth is invisible when you crane your neck for a whiff of its fragrance, just when you fade into its dream? Do you know what truth is?
Wow, so beautiful. And Fela, I want to also tell everybody that your new book entitled Of Life and Other Such Matters, Volume 2, is out and is available right now on Amazon.com. It's so hot, and we're sending everybody to Amazon.com. Find Fela Cederbaum's Volume 2 of Life and Other Such Matters. And congratulations. We are so excited to get this book in our hands. So
thank you.
And to those who are tuning in right now, I'm Yola Nash, and you're listening to the Yola Nash Show, and I'm talking to Fela Cederbaum, the incredible poet, writer, artist, and film director. And to all of my great listeners, I again invite you to go to Fela's website, manodano.com, and that's MAHNO. DAHNO, manodano.com, and experience
manodano.com.
magical and unique work. And Fela, before we say goodbye, I want you to give us your social media handles, please.
Oh, you just did manodano.com, and then Facebook,
on Facebook.
/Manodano.
Okay, Manodano on Facebook as well. Fantastic.
And on YouTube,
And on YouTube,
go
of
to
course.
the website. The website is always there.
Also, I just want to emphasize that all the things that you have written so far to me, and I know to many of my listeners because they write to me, which is beautiful, and I am so thankful for that. We all say you are the master of your craft. You are painting magically with the words of wisdom, understanding, love, harmony. It's just simply brilliant.
It's a great honor. Thank you so much.
Fela Cederbaum, everybody, thank you so much. We love you.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.
Unfortunately, it's time to wrap up the show. Time flies. I know. But the only thing I can say now is don't miss my next episode. And what else? Follow me on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and my handles are so easy to remember. It's just Yola Nash or Yola Nash Show. And don't forget, all episodes are available on podcasts, on WABC, on iTunes, and many, many more. So until next time, stay well, be happy. I'm Yola Nash.
I've never been premenstrual in my life.
You're not PMSing.
Not right now. Don't believe us. Believe Yola. She's not going to lie to you.
I never lie.
Exactly.
I
Let's put you on the spot.
would be like a shy mouse. Waving through the window.
That was yes. Nash.
WABC, New York. The following program does not necessarily reflect the views of WABC Radio. It's Saturday evening. Time for Talking Sports. Here's your host, Jonathan Friedman.
It is Saturday evening, and we are talking sports right here on 77 WABC. I'm John Friedman. Bruce Clayton is on the other side of the glass. Bruce, how are you? Chuck is our call screener who's not here right now. We got a blackout, so to speak, in Manhattan. Things in the subway is crazy here, so Chuck will be here soon. Jeff Lax will be here soon, so it's just me and Bruce right now. Anyway, lots to talk about in the next 2 hours. Give us a call on the Gotta Go to Mo's call-in line at 800-848-WABC. That's 800-848-9222, models.com. Also, we're streaming the show. Go to WABCradio.com. Click on that red Listen Live button, and you'll get us on your mobile device, laptop, etc. And enjoy the show on the World Wide Web. Also, you can watch the show. We're streaming live on Facebook and YouTube. Type in Talking Sports with Jonathan Friedman. It's public. It's live. It's right there. Lots to cover in the next 2 hours, including: are the Houston Rockets now the team to beat in the Western Conference after their acquisition of Russell Westbrook? We'll discuss. The July 31st trade deadline is approaching. Who's going where in Major League Baseball? We'll take a look at that. We're 2 weeks away from NFL training camps opening up. We'll dive into that. The Yanks and Mets have started the second half of the baseball season. We'll take a look at that also. At Wimbledon today, Simona Halep beat Serena Williams for the women's title at the All England Club. Tomorrow's the men's final. We'll take a look at that also. Later in the show, Jeff Magliacetti, who covers the beat of the New York Liberty and the New York Jets for Elite Sports New York, will join us. Chuck will keep us up to date on scores and finals around Major League Baseball. Your calls and a lot more. And speaking of calls, give us a call on the Gotta Go to Mo's call-in line at 800-848-9222. That's 800-848-WABC, models.com. So it's just Bruce and I right now. Bruce is working the board. Matter of fact, we went off the air just a little while ago, and Bruce pulled his magic. The building here is completely black. From what I understand, there are pockets of Manhattan that right now are just without power. So when I went to tell the building guy, funny story, I went to tell the building guy, listen, I got 2 more guys that are coming up here. He says, they're not going to get up here. I said, well, I already told them they're going to have to walk up 17 floors. And he told me, well, I don't think I'm going to have to, I can't let them up. It's too dangerous. So while he asked me that, he said, well, would you mind if I go to the bathroom? I said, really? I said, I tell you what, I'll let you go to the bathroom if you let my 2 guys up. So we'll see what happens with that. So anyway, today, as you know, at Wimbledon today, Simona Halep got by Serena Williams today. And I got to tell you, what I walked away with was grunting. They had some incredible rallies today, but man, did these guys grunt back and forth. I don't remember grunting. And then I thought to myself, when I play tennis, and I play tennis probably every other week during the summer, and do I grunt like that? I mean, obviously, I'm not any good at tennis, but the amount of grunting, the amount of energy that it takes to grunt, and they probably don't even know that they're doing it. And tomorrow's finals with the men's, we'll talk about that a little later. And how about after everything with Paul George and Kawhi Leonard last week going to the Clippers, you knew that Russell Westbrook was going to get traded. There was no doubt about that. They were not going to leave him in Siberia in OKC. So I guess they did a lot of scrambling. A lot of us thought that and had heard rumors that he was going to go to Miami. Well, that didn't happen. And give the Houston Rockets a lot of credit because they knew the other teams in the West had gotten stronger, and they wanted to kind of stay pace with the whole thing. And they went out and got him. And you know that Harden said when they told Harden we got a chance to get him, he said, go get him. So as you know, they were teammates in OKC. And I got to tell you, what a great deal for Houston, for Westbrook, obviously. You know, listen, at the end of the day, Westbrook is a better point guard, a better player than Chris Paul. He's a lot tougher. Chris Paul is, if you had to categorize him between, you know, in comparison to Westbrook, he's soft. And Westbrook brings that edge to him. You know, he's got a good 3-4 years left in him. And I think that Houston's not done trying to make this team better. And they're going to have a really nice run and a tough out in the Western Conference. Matter of fact, right now, because LeBron has not played with Davis, Leonard and Paul George have not played together. These guys have played together. So right now, I'm looking at them maybe as the top seed going into the NBA season next year because they're just tough and they know how to play together. And you got to give Houston credit. Now, I'm not sold on Houston's coach, but you know, one thing at a time. So it should be really interesting. Again, I give Houston a lot of credit for going for it and making that happen. Now, Chris Paul, I don't see Oklahoma City keeping him. One, he's got a huge contract, and that was obviously one of the reasons why they wanted to rebuild in Oklahoma City. So he's got a huge contract. So I gotta believe he could end up in Miami or another place. He's not going to end up in a place where they're rebuilding. So we'll see what happens with that. But man, you talk about a lot of juice going into the NBA season next year. There's going to be plenty of it. As I talked about earlier, NFL training camps are going to be getting underway in about 2 weeks or so, depending on who your team is. And I tell you, what a great time of year. I'll make my way down to Atlanta. I will go to Atlanta Falcons training camp in Flowery Branch, Georgia. I always seem to go there. I go with my son once a year, obviously. We go down for about 2 days. So I'm looking forward to doing that. So we got a lot to do tonight. We got a lot of Major League Baseball. As you know, the trading deadline, there is no August 31st non-waiver trade deadline. I'm sorry, that's the waiver trade deadline. That doesn't exist anymore. So you're going to see a lot of deals happen not only on the 31st, but leading up to the 31st. From like this week on, you're going to see some moves really start to happen because as teams start to get it ready for the postseason or trying to get to the postseason. So we got that. We got a lot of interesting things that happened in the sports world this week with deaths and just a lot of crazy things that went on. We'll talk about the women's soccer team. And I got to tell you, I'm happy for them. They deserve everything they get and got, and including hopefully they'll get the money. It's a shame they have to sue for the money. That's embarrassing. But the one thing they didn't need to do, and the one thing she didn't need to do, she didn't need to curse at the ticker tape parade. It wasn't necessary. You know, you got kids that are at this. These players are the kids' heroes, and you just didn't need to go there. You can express yourself in so many different ways where you just don't need to go there. How many mothers, by the way, or kids, they were driving home and a kid asked the mother, what did that mean, what she said? I mean, you know, and I don't care if they were drinking. I have no problems with any of that. You know how hard these girls work leading up to this? And you know the pressure they were under to win this World Cup. A tremendous amount of pressure. They were the favorites, and that's what adds the pressure to them. So, and they were in a tough game with the Netherlands. It was a very tough game. So, anyway, so we got a lot to do. We'll go over a whole bunch of stuff. We'll take your calls on the Gotta Go to Mo's call-in line at 800-848-WABC. I tell you what, Bruce, let's take a quick break. And when we get back, we've got What Do You Think, Marty? Brought to you by B&B Metro Insurance. For all of your insurance needs, go to bnbmetro.com. You're listening to Talking Sports on a Saturday evening with me, John Friedman. Give me a call on the Gotta Go to Mo's call-in line at 800-848-9222. We'll be right back.
What do you think, Marty? Is sponsored by Brown & Brown Metro. They do insurance, from homeowners, automotive, workers' compensation, business insurance, group health, casualty, and life insurance. Visit Brown & Brown Metro on the web at bbmetro.com or give them a call at 973-549-1900. Visit Brown & Brown Metro on the web at bbmetro.com or give them a call at 973-549-1900. Brown & Brown Metro is a proud sponsor of What Do You Think, Marty?
Many doctors in the U.S. and Canada have chosen the Back Institute for their own care. Experts in non-traumatic spine surgery. No cutting, no bleeding, no drilling, no scarring. With offices in New York City, Philadelphia, and Beverly Hills, BackInstitute.com offers information about new non-traumatic techniques. Visit Back Institute online at BackInstitute.com or give them a call at 800-956-6724. That's 800-956-6724. Back Institute, award-winning spine surgeons and physicians.
This week's luxury Jersey City apartment from the KRE Group is a gorgeous one-bedroom, one-bath apartment home facing north, overlooking Jersey City with a beautiful view of the Manhattan skyline at Journal Square. This 652-square-foot home, an open concept layout with modern design, stainless steel kitchens, quartz countertops, luxuriously appointed bathrooms, full-size washer and dryer and unit, central heating, cooling, and much more. Their leasing office is open 7 days a week, and you can reach them at info@journalsquared.com or give them a call at 201-659-7100. Check out KREinjc.com for more details.
Advertisers trying to reach potential customers in today's fast-paced, technology-driven world are having a difficult, if not impossible, time figuring out how to do so. There are so many options, from the traditional media to the practically limitless digital and social platforms that are available, making it harder than ever for businesses to get their message in front of the right audience. There is a solution, however, and it's called SCG Advertising and Public Relations. SCG is a full-service advertising and public relations agency that can help you navigate through today's chaotic media landscape and reach your potential customer. We help our clients strengthen their relationships, reputations, and brands by integrating your message across the entire media spectrum. The folks at SCG understand the options available to advertisers and will work with you to determine the best creative and media plan for your business.
Marty's trying to call in. He said no one's answering. Bruce.
SCGADV.com.
Bruce, Marty's trying to call in. He says no one's answering.
Talk Radio 77 WABC. Bernie and Sid in the morning.
Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez. This girl went to college. It would be one thing if she was on an island, if she was all by herself out there saying these things, and people on both sides were angry. But there's a bunch of folks every day, other politicians that defend her. She's not alone out there. But we know what she was doing when she employed it never again. Of course.
Bernie and Sid in the morning. Weekday morning 6 to 10. Talk Radio 77 WABC.
All right, we're back. We're talking sports on a Saturday evening. I'm John Friedman. Give us a call on the Gotta Go to Mo's call-in line at 800-848-9222. That's 800-848-WABC, models.com. So we got a lot of things going on here. We got Jeff and Chuck downstairs in the lobby, and the security guys, because the elevators aren't working here. And I guess they won't let them up on the staircase. So they texted me they won't let them up, and I texted them back, tell them I said to let you the blank up. So yeah. Oh, all right. So I tell you what, let's get Marty on the air and let's get Jeff on the air. Can we do that? Jeff's on hold.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, Jeff, stay with us, Jeff. Marty, yes, are you with us?
I am.
All right. I'm sorry for all the technical difficulties. I'm not sure you're yeah. No, we got there's black. I don't know if you turned on your news tonight. There's black. There people are losing power in Manhattan tonight.
I know that.
Wait.
What street are you on?
We're on. What are we on? We're on the 31st. We're at the Garden, actually. I'm upstairs at the Garden.
Wow.
Let me tell you something. If I went on the floor there, it'd be a big improvement, and you know that.
Oh, no, actually, that's the first thing I'm coming to talk to you about.
Wait, Marty, stay with us for 1 second. So, Jeff, you're there in the lobby.
I walked outside. I'm right in front of MSG now. It's pretty surreal.
Now, why aren't you in the lobby there? You're not in the lobby of the building?
No, there's a few things going on. Let me give you a little bit of
Yeah. All right, Marty, stay with us, Marty.
Okay.
Go-
I can handle it.
Okay, go ahead, Jeff.
So, all over the news tonight, they were saying above 40th Street. So I came in, there were no issues. But then apparently while I was in transit on the LIRR, they lost power in Penn Station. Actually, my wife called me while I was on the train to tell me that they evacuated. There was a J-Lo concert at MSG tonight.
Wow.
And I knew when they evacuated for everyone there was some issue. And then when I got to the building, they wouldn't let us go upstairs. And they said you guys now, ABC has their own generator apparently.
Yeah, we do. Now, did you hear the story about, when I went to check to see if you guys got upstairs here, and the guy who won't let you in says to me, I'm not letting them walk up the stairs or whatever. And then I said, come on, you got to let these guys up. So then he says to me, well, I got to go. Can I use your bathroom? I said, yeah, you can use the bathroom, but you got to let them up. So when you go in the lobby, remind him I let him use the bathroom.
That soon too. So it's going to be funny if they're going to let us go to the bathroom.
Tell them
they won't let us take the stairs. And by the way, they do have an operational emergency elevator, but they say there's some issue with the generator that they saw smoke or something. I'm worried about you guys up there.
We'll be fine. All right, Marty, stay with us, Jeff. Stay with us. Marty asks, what's happening? Well, yeah, I'm missing my guys here, so I'm solo tonight, which is fine. I'll lack in the updates tonight. Well, Jeff, yeah, he's on right now. He's with you right now.
Hey, Marty.
Jeff, need to go to the bathroom? You want us to wait? You want us to wait a second?
I don't need to go yet. I will in 2 hours.
Okay. So anyway, here. I have a few things I'd like to talk about. First, simple. Knicks, okay? I want you to tape this. They are going to be a playoff team next year.
Wow.
You watch them, okay?
Well, wait a minute, but you told me last week from the 6th seed down, you don't want to make the playoffs.
No. I think they're going to go into the 4th seed.
Oh, stop.
Yeah. You watch. It's the Maple Mamba. The Maple Mamba.
Boy, I'm writing this down, by the way, that they're going to be a 4th seed. Yeah, with a bunch of other rookies.
Yeah, but he dominated tonight. So anyways, I want you to write that down. Hey, when I say Derrick Rose, what do you think of?
Injuries.
When I say Blake Griffin, what do you think about? Injury
and ISO Joe.
Because I got my friend Ed and Starcast telling me how good this team is. I said, how do you even mean? It's like hiring the Special Olympics to play for the Pistons, right?
Yeah. Oh, that's terrible.
Okay, so then I heard a thing today. I was listening to the radio. Load management. Jeff, you know what load management is?
Jeff, are you with us?
No, I'm trying to put it on mute so that you won't.
No, you don't have to put on mute. Go ahead. He's asking you a question. Go ahead, Marty.
Do you know what load management is?
I don't.
Load management is what they did with Kawhi Leonard this year, where they say that you're managing the guys how many games he's going to play, so so they're calling it load management. Like the season.
Oh, LOAD.
Yes, load.
Got it.
So let me get this straight. So these guys get paid $40 million a year, not $4 million, not $400,000,
Right.
$40 million, and these guys can't play 80 games. They load management.
Yeah, that's crazy.
They're 25 years old.
But by the way, isn't this right in the same thing as analytics?
Well, right when we talked about the analytics, but this is like by the way, that's what they did with Westbrook. Westbrook got traded over to Houston. They have the two guys with the highest usage rate. Everything's got a name, usage rate. So why doesn't the stupid coach say you can't have the ball all the time? Have you ever heard anything more stupid in your whole life? They're like grown-ups.
Well, it's also even though they're all grown ups and above that age, it's like sounds like the me generation with all the nonsense.
Yeah, it's like the beast. I mean,
Or
Wolf Frazier and Earl Monroe, and they go load. The Marcus they spoke to each other, and then they became one of the greatest backcourts of all time.
well, and here's another example of as you know that the Jets former coach Walt McMichaels died, right? And when he was the defensive coordinator for the Jets back then, there were 5 coaches on the team. There weren't quality assistants and all of these. There's like 25 coaches now.
Every player gets hurt anyway. They get hurt. They want to be traded. Like what's with Paul George? You know, if you sign a contract, you get an average over $30 million a year. You should have no right to walk in and say, "I want to get traded."
It's crazy.
Because I wanted him.
And by the way, that's with Westbrook under contract. That team could have got was a playoff team. So yeah, it's crazy. What's he going to do? Sit out?
I think you're going to have to reevaluate how you do a sports show, right? Because you're not going to be able to talk about sports anymore. You have to talk about analytics, right? Or load management. That's Jeff. Do you have an opinion on that one?
Yeah, well, listen, it's no problem for the Mets. We can get the Mets guys. They don't like analytics, so that's fine. Mets people out all the time.
Well, Brody just wants to make sure his guys get paid, so he's just looking.
Come get us. Come get us.
Yeah, exactly.
Right? You're a Met fan, right?
Long suffering, Marty. Long suffering.
It's unbelievable, right? Can you imagine they hired this moron to be the general manager because you got Robbie Cano. Robbie Cano, right?
Now you know what's great. Yeah, go ahead, Jeff.
I know Marty wanted Chaim Bloom, definitely.
You know what's great. You know what's great about Jeff and his job, Marty. He while we're working, he's got the kind of job that he can watch games. He's got the best gig in the world.
From what I recall, he's the head of the English department at some university, right?
Well, I think I'm losing you guys. Crackle.
Oh, he wants to know where you're the head of the department. What department at what school?
No, it's actually the business department at Kingsburg.
So you work about 4 hours a week? So you work 4 hours a week?
little less than that.
And you're off for the summer?
No, I actually work a lot during the summer. I'm busier during the summer. I'm a department chair, so I have more work during the summer.
You work a lot. When you say you work a lot, how many hours is that?
Well, I said I work a lot more in the summer.
No, what's the most?
5 hours.
As the head of the most hours.
It depends what's going on. I mean, there are times where
It depends who's listening to the show.
What's the average amount of hours?
There's some truth to what John just said too. Well, what was the last question, Mark?
Go on the high side, Jeff.
Go high.
Go high.
What's the average amount of hours that you work in a week?
Well, I got locked in one time. Does that count?
Yeah, it counts.
Well, okay. When you start on a Monday in a full week, because you get off every 2 weeks because it's a holiday. So if you have one full week, how many hours do you work in one full week?
No, I really do have very busy weeks, Marty. It is going to be
Jonathan, this guy's not going to answer the question. Jonathan, you got to get.
I don't know. I never looked at when I was practicing.
Is it more than 10 or less than 10?
You got to have respect for him. Jeff was once a practicing attorney.
He was?
Yeah.
Wow. So he's much smarter than we are.
Way smarter than we are.
He gets to go on the train coming into the city.
Although, Marty, I was surprised that you had a Columbia. You went to Columbia.
I did. Why were you surprised at that?
You're not the kind of guy I would think, not from a smart standpoint, kind of guy who would go to Columbia.
Well, they didn't like me that much there. I played intramural basketball with 2 guys who played at Columbia basketball. Jimmy Mack. I don't know if you know Jimmy Mack. And Hayward Dodson.
I've heard of that name.
And they both made the pros, and we beat them.
Really? You took them in the low post? Were you taking them in the low post?
Those guys, they could not keep up with me. I was a blur. But I dominated you. So listen, Jeff, how do you get this kid that you have? Because Jonathan doesn't do anything either. So you 2 months.
No, I don't do anything at all.
department of 70 faculty members, college.
Whiny faculty members.
Whiny. Now, I love my department. By the way, I love them. I would not trade them for anything.
What school? What school is this?
But that's not so easy. It's part of the CUNY system.
Part of the CUNY system.
Can John and I take, would they still call it like, what happens when you go to class, you don't get credits? What do they call that, Jonathan? Remember, like when you just sit in the class and you don't get credits, but you just sit in the class?
You want to audit our classes?
No, it's.
Yeah, Jonathan and I want to audit your class.
Okay, we don't have audits, but you're welcome to sit in anytime you like.
Okay, so we have one other job. I want to go on the morning show with Jonathan. Let's sit at night, us in the morning. we work 5 times. Well, you can't get up there. You probably get up at 9 o'clock.
I'm up every day. What do you mean? Oh, you mean Jeff? You mean me or Jeff?
Jeff, well, he probably gets up at
9. No, he's a night owl, Jeff. He's up. He goes to bed at 5 a.m. every day.
If I was a person, I would love to flip the rating. Get the higher rating in the morning drive.
So how do we do it?
You gotta start a rally. You gotta start a rally.
Marty, it's common sense. You put the higher rated show at the better time slot.
Okay. We'll listen to Bernie and Sid in the morning.
Oh, that's cold. That's cold. That's cold.
Listen, it's business. Jeff teaches business. You got to make money. WABC's got to make money.
What? I agree. It's all about making money.
So we're the money makers, right? We're the money makers. It's John shows. We're the money makers.
Did you tell people that your ratings have doubled since you've gone on the air?
Well, I don't like to be like precocious type of person or whatever, but yes, thanks to our audience, by the way. And thanks to Marty and thanks to Jeff and Chuck and everybody here that's involved in this show, we've more than doubled our listening audience for the 2 months that we've been here. So we're looking for even bigger things to come. If we only didn't have Lola Nash in front of us. She's an entertainment. I'm sure she's a very nice lady. It's an entertainment show. All right, listen, I got to get to news, Marty.
Hey, Jeff, listen. Can I come into this?
You keep threatening us that you're coming in.
Yeah, but I'm not kidding. Jeff and I want more than 10 minutes.
That's fine. Come in. Don't go to the Jersey Shore and come in.
It's okay. Remember what I told you, though. The Knicks, 4 seeds, and they're going for the championship, okay?
Call Vegas, or now that you live in Jersey, you can make that bet. All right, Marty. That's Marty S. Brought to you by B&B Metro Insurance. For all your business and insurance needs, go to bnbmetro.com. You're listening to Talking Sports on a Saturday evening with me, John Friedman. Give me a call on the Gotta Go to Mo's call-in line at 800-848-9222. We'll be right back.
Advertisers trying to reach potential customers in today's fast-paced, technology-driven world are having a difficult, if not impossible, time figuring out how to do so. There are so many options, from the traditional media to the practically limitless digital and social platforms that are available, making it harder than ever for businesses to get their message in front of the right audience. There is a solution, however, and it's called SCG Advertising and Public Relations. SCG is a full-service advertising and public relations agency that can help you navigate through today's chaotic media landscape and reach your potential customer. We help our clients strengthen their relationships, reputations, and brands by integrating your message across the entire media spectrum. The folks at SCG understand the options available to advertisers and will work with you to determine the best creative and media plan for your business. So learn more about us by visiting scgadv.com. That's scgadv.com. We'll help you reach your customers. All of them.
From the NJDiet.com studios, we are Talk Radio 77 WABC New York, Cumulus Station.
Power being restored. Tornado threat. I'm Barbara Cusack. Tens of thousands of New Yorkers in the dark in Manhattan tonight, and as the CEO of Con Edison, John McAvoy, was talking with reporters, some of the lights behind him went back on.
The lights just went on behind you. How do you feel about it?
Good job.
At the height of the outage, 73,000 customers were in the dark. The goal is to get all the power back on by midnight. McAvoy responded to questions that some people heard explosions when the lights went out.
I can't speak to the explosions that they may have heard. When you have incidents like this, large circuit breakers, which are the high voltage equivalent of circuit breakers in a panel in your house, operate. And they are very loud when they operate. That could have been what they heard, but I can't know for sure.
McAvoy says a full analysis is needed to determine the exact cause of the blackout. After missing heavy rainfall earlier in the day, correspondent Clayton Neville reports the New Orleans metro area is now experiencing severe rain bands from Tropical Storm Barry.
Tornado warnings popping up across the New Orleans metro area. Flash flood warnings also in effect. Up to 15 inches of rain possible before late tomorrow in southeastern Louisiana. As predicted by forecasters, Barry isn't done yet.
Several thousand protesters marched through downtown Chicago to demonstrate against the Trump administration's immigration policies ahead of sweeps planned to start in several cities nationwide tomorrow. Washington State Governor Jay Inslee addressed the migrant crisis.
We know there are difficult situations for our government employees to face on the border, but this is his decision, intentionally trying to create anxiety and fear in these families. That is just wrong.
A sweeping criminal justice overhaul signed into law last year kicks in next week. About 2,200 inmates are expected to be released from federal prisons across the U.S. under the new measure. I'm Barbara Cusack.
Texting enrolls you in recurring automated text messages. Message data rates may apply.
Hi, I'm Frank Thomas, the Big Hurt. After I left baseball, I just couldn't stay in shape like I used to. Turns out, once you hit 40,
Bruce, I told them both to call in.
and that can make it harder to get into shape. So I got back into the game with Nugenics. I'm feeling stronger with a lot more energy and drive. You want to get back into shape? Get Nugenics. All you have to do is send one simple text.
Frank's right. Just text TIP to 321-321 to get a complimentary bottle of award-winning Nugenics, the #1 selling free testosterone booster at GNC. Its unique man-boosting formula is powered by Testofen, a patented key ingredient clinically researched to help a man feel stronger, leaner, more energetic, and more passionate.
And guys, she'll like the difference too.
Nugenic samples are not available in stores. To get your complimentary bottle, text TIP to 321-321. That's TIP
They're
to
calling
321-321.
At least
The following program does not necessarily reflect the views of WABC Radio. It's Saturday evening. Time for Talking Sports. Here's your host, Jonathan Friedman.
All right, we're back. We're talking sports on a Saturday evening with me, John Friedman. Give me a call on the Gotta Go to Mo's call-in line at 800-848-9222. That's 800-848-WABC. Models.com. All right, as everybody knows, or if you're just tuning in, I'm solo here today. Jeff and Chuck are downstairs in the building. They can't get up. There's a blackout here in Manhattan. Certain pockets of Manhattan do not have power, and the elevators here at Madison Square Garden coming up to this building are not working, and they won't let them come up the staircase. So they're calling in, and we're gonna, make this thing work via remote. They'll call in with their shows, and I actually am gonna give the listeners an opportunity, because I don't know how Chuck can give us updated scores. So I'm gonna ask a listener, because Bruce is so busy working behind the board there. I'm gonna ask a listener. Any listener can call in and do this. I'm going to invite a listener to call in and update us on Major League Baseball scores and finals right now. So give us a call on the Gotta Go to Mo's call-in line at 800-848-9222. That's 800-848-WABC. Models.com. We can have a lot of fun with that. All right, so Bruce, do we have these guys? They're both on or no?
Hey, John, you there?
We got Jeff. All right, Jeff, good. So, Jeff, are you and Chuck together?
I just went outside to take your call, but he is in the lobby, yeah.
Okay, so I actually, I don't know if you just heard me. Did you hear me on hold?
The only thing I heard was you're inviting a listener.
Yeah, to call and give us updates. I don't know how if Chuck has the ability to do that. You should see Bruce behind the glass here. He's like running all over the place. So, and how far down can you see? Is it way far down that you have no power?
I mean, I'm literally standing right in front of the garden right now, between 33rd and 32nd. So on the other side of 7th Avenue, there's power.
Is it completely black on our side?
On our side, like a lot of emergency lights are on.
Yeah.
But you can tell it's all generated. Even at MSG, you can see like the lights are on. There's a lot of security down there walking around trying to figure out what's going on. But it's the emergency lights that are on. But the other side of the street is like Times Square. Because nothing's wrong.
Great, and of course it's got to happen on my show, right? And tell that guy down in the lobby, I will never let him go to the bathroom. If I'm here and he wants to go to the bathroom, no, I'm not letting him in. I made a deal with him. So anyway, so Jeff, I heard that your man Brody came out and kind of publicly took responsibility for where the Mets are right now, and I thought he was pretty candid.
I thought he was horrible. He made a comment that really irritated me. He said that when he made all these moves in the winter, he got high grades, and now he's getting low grades in midseason. That is not true. Plenty of people thought that he was inept for getting Robinson Cano at this age and giving up Kalanick and that other kid. So, he's trying to make it seem like his moves seemed logical at the time, but I never thought that.
Well, he did go on his weekly. I don't know if it's a weekly radio program, but I did hear him interviewed live, and he didn't get defensive, so to speak. He stood there and he took it, and so we'll see. But what was said to him is, "You've got no credibility." So anyway, so are you guys at least in the lobby downstairs?
I see Chuck now came out of the building. He's out in front. I can give him the phone if you want, but I don't think he has updates.
Yeah, let me speak to Chuck.
Let me kill some time for I gotta walk down to Chuck.
Okay. So anyway, so interesting stuff in baseball in sports this week. You saw that Jim Bouton, author of the Tell-All Baseball Memoirs, Ball 4, died at 80 this year. Jim Bouton, a picture of the modest achievement, been a celebrated who left a mark on baseball as the author of Ball 4, a raunchy, shrewd, irrelevant, and best-selling player's diary that tainted the game's wholesome image. Died on Wednesday at his home in the Berkshires in Massachusetts. He was 80 years old. And also, did you see that David Ortiz had a third surgery, had a minor complication? Looks like that he's going to be all right. And also, did you see this week that Lamar Odom, who I've always loved Lamar Odom when he was clean, and he was a heck of a basketball player. He was playing for the Big Three, and they deactivated him this week because he was a little conscious and feel like he wasn't at the level that he may needed to be to play in that. So kind of interesting where he's come and gone, so to speak. But when he was playing, he was some player, absolutely fabulous. And did you notice that Odell Beckham this week changed the color of his hair? He's a blonde now. We're just getting started there in Cleveland. Hey, Chuck, you with us?
Yes, I am, Johnny. What's going on?
So what did you think about the Westbrook trade this week?
I thought it was kind of a dumb move.
Why?
By the Rockets.
Why?
Because Harden and Westbrook are the same player. They're both
No.
guards. The only difference between them is that Harden could actually shoot the ball, whereas Westbrook can't.
Yeah, but you got to remember, it's like having a great running back and a great receiver on an NFL team. You can't key on one guy. I think it brings a lot to Houston. Paul is considered soft in comparison to Westbrook.
Yeah, but Paul is a better.
You like Paul. That's your guy.
I do. Yeah, he is. But also, Westbrook can't hit a jump shot to save his life. So how is he going to perform in Mike D'Antoni's system that relies relies on shooting. It's supposed to shoot the 3-point shot. So how is Westbrook going to survive in that offense?
And he's not a great defensive player, by the way. He's a decent. He's not a great defensive. So what do you think is going to happen with Paul? He's not staying in OKC.
No, definitely not. I think he's probably going to wind up in some place like Miami or something.
So I see your Yankees today got shut out. I wanted to.
No, they actually scored.
Oh, they did score, right? But they got shut down by 6 pitchers today. I saw.
Yeah, it was highly disgusting. When Clayton Richards starts the game, and I think he only lasted about 2 innings or so, and you can only generate 1 run of offense, that's a cause of concern.
What do you think they're going to do? We got 2 weeks left. What do you think they're going to do?
You know, it was kind of disappointing that Brian Cashman said on the radio on Friday that they were either going to look at either starting pitching help or relief pitching help. Now, with the way that the Yankees are, it's not either one or the other. This team needs both. How many times can Aaron Boone rely on the same 3-4 guys going into the final 2.5 months of the season? They're already overworked. So not only do they need depth in the rotation, they also need it in the bullpen as well. But I do think that if they can get Severino back, I think they're going to move Severino into the pen, which wouldn't be a bad thing at all.
So it'll be interesting to see. You know, I'm still wondering if they're going to get if the Mets are end up sending a pitcher over to the Yankees. I know it sounds crazy, but you know the Yankees definitely need starting pitching. There's no doubt about that. And by the way, you know who has pitched outstanding, literally outstanding, is Keuchel.
Yeah.
He's been great. So Chuck, in your no, but we're in first place. That's all I can tell you. Hey, listen, I invited listeners tonight, since you can't get up to the studio and give us updates. I invited listeners to call in and get us updated on scores around Major League Baseball here. And by the way, the air conditioning part of the generator must not be working, because I'm schwitzing up here. It is hot.
When I first got here, some guy came in and said that the generator was smoking, so that's not a good thing.
Well, you know, when you didn't hear this story, and I don't want to have to repeat it again to the audience that heard it, but when you guys, I went and checked to see if you got into the space here, and the guy downstairs who won't let you in was at the door, and he says, "Everything all right?" I said, "Yeah." So I said, "Listen, I got 2 guys coming up. You got to let them up." He says, "Oh, I can't send them in the staircase or whatever." I said, "Come on, you can do that." So he says to me, "Well, I got to go to the bathroom." I said, "I'll tell you what, if you want to go to the bathroom, you let these guys up." And he said, yes, he broke the deal. Tell him I said he broke the deal.
Wow.
That's
because he called up the building manager and she said no.
Now I got a question for you. How am I getting downstairs tonight?
You might have to jump.
that would be interesting.
But John,
I'm stuck in Manhattan, and I can't even get down into Manhattan.
But John, what I was saying is that we're right outside the most famous arena in Madison Square Garden, right?
Mm-hmm.
There was a J-Lo concert tonight, and the building had to evacuate. Now, if you have a building as famous as Madison Square Garden, how do you not have backup generators that actually run or something like? I'm looking at the Garden right now, and it's pretty much black.
But I bet you, I guarantee you they do, and maybe they're shot also. That could be the case, because why would this building that's on top of it have a generator?
Yeah, so I think somebody probably screwed up.
Somebody's in trouble.
Yeah, somebody is going to be out of a job by tomorrow morning.
Do me a favor. You got to go over to some billboard out there, or take your phone. By the way, you have your phone juiced up.
Yes, I do.
So why don't you do this for us? Why don't you, if you can look at your phone, you're on Jeff's phone, aren't you?
Yes, I am.
So get us updated already.
Well, you gotta give me a minute.
All right.
It's not the best.
Yeah, I'll tell you what. I'm going to give a few stories in sports, and you get it together. How's that sound?
Wait, I'm ready.
All right, go ahead. Chuck, get us updated on what's happening with Major League Baseball today.
All Astros and Rangers are tied at 5 heading into the top of the ninth.
By the way, is Lance Lynn going to get traded? He pitched some game the other day.
Yeah, he's really doing good. But the Rangers are in the middle of.
I know. Yeah, I saw that.
But it's really a shame that the Yankees had both Lynn and Gray last year. They were absolutely terrible, and now they're both pitching amazingly.
Yeah, I think Sonny Gray. I know you told me he's under contract, but I think he's going to get traded. But go ahead.
There's a delay in the Reds-Rockies game. I wonder if they had a blackout as well.
And they don't have a generator.
Your Braves are currently down 4-3 to the Padres after 7. Angels are up 6-1 over the Mariners in the top of the 7th. And what a game last night, throwing the no-hitter and everything.
Yeah.
Unbelievable. The Blue Jays beat my Yankees today 2-1. The Orioles won the first game of a doubleheader 2-1. Cubs over the Pirates 10-4. A's all over the White Sox 13-2. The Mets finally won a game and won 4-2. The Rays got the second game of the doubleheader and won 12-4 over the Orioles. Twins beat the Indians 6-2. Cardinals over the Diamondbacks 4-2. Royals over the Tigers 4-1. Dodgers all over the Red Sox 11-2. Brewers beat the Giants 5-4. And the Nationals beat the Phillies 4-3.
All right, you guys stay with me here. I'm going to give a few stories out there. Stay with us because we need you up here. So stay right there if you can. Go get a slice of pizza or soda or something. Hey, Bruce, can you hit the Modell's music? Save big every week at Modell's. Visit your local store for special unadvertised deals. Shop all kinds of styles from brands you love like Nike, Adidas, Under Armour, Champion, Unipro, and much more. Are you an athlete gearing up for the season? We've got you covered with every sport. Whether it's your first time playing or you're a seasoned veteran, Modell's is the place to go. But wait, what about professional sports? Don't worry, we've got you covered there too. Whether you're the casual or diehard sports fan, we got jerseys, tees, hats, and much more. Modell's, you gotta go to Mo's. All right, so did you see this week, as we talked about it a little earlier, that former Jets coach Walt Michaels died at 89? If you may have remembered, Walt Michaels was the defensive coordinator of the 69 world champion Jets defensive team before, when they had 90,000 coaches on a coaching staff. So quality guy. And if you remember also, he was the coach of the Jets 82 team that played in the Mud Bowl against the Dolphins. So 89 years old, coaching, actually an iconic kind of coaching guy. And also, I had totally forgotten about this, that he was the Generals coach, the New Jersey Generals coach in 1984. So a guy that's got a lot of experience, and he played on the Cleveland Browns NFL championship teams, and he played 10 seasons for the Browns. So you're talking about a really iconic football guy. Some sad news, or some not such great news. Did you see that Albert Hainsworth has been hospitalized? He's both of his kidneys have gone bad on him, and he's waiting for a transplant. You're talking about a guy who played 10 seasons in the NFL and played for a few teams. Obviously, Washington. He played for the Titans. He played for New England. Big old guy in the middle, defensive tackle. And it's a shame to see when something like that happens. So he's trying to get himself. You can live with one kidney, but you can't. You got to have at least one of them. Also, later tonight, we'll talk about. They came out with the top 10 quarterbacks in the NFL. I got this story from CBS.com, and I found it interesting. The number one guy was the guy in Kansas City who's only played 1 year as a starter. And I need a little bit more to give somebody the number one spot in that situation. And I'm not saying he's not good. He's fabulous. But come on, number one, play a few seasons before you can make that determination. Also, Saints rookie defensive end sentenced to 6 months in jail and could potentially get more time. Saints rookie Carl Granderson has been sentenced to 6 months in jail after a judge in Wyoming rejected a plea deal that he had previously had agreed upon by Granderson's legal team. and the Albany County prosecutors. Back in February, Granderson was charged with 1 count of third-degree sexual assault and 1 count of sexual battery for an incident that took place in November. Granderson was charged after 2 female victims alleged that he touched them sexually without their consent. Now, yeah, he's going to go to jail, and then he's going to have to deal with the NFL conduct situation, so he won't be playing for a little bit. Also, did you see where I guess he even maybe appeared on ESPN on the World Series of Poker, ex-Johnny's Georgia Bulldog, Richard Seymour, also of the Patriots and the Raiders. He made $60,000 at the World Series of Poker in Vegas. What a stoic look he has right now. He don't wear glasses, though. He just gives you a kind of a interesting kind of look there. So kind of interesting. All right, Bruce, let's take a quick break. There we go. And when we get back, we're going to talk about the Major League trade deadline. I'll throw some names up at you that could be going. And this is the time. July 31st is the deadline. There's no more August 31st deadline. Give us a call also on the Gotta Go to Mo's call-in line at 800-848-9222. This is Talking Sports. I'm John Friedman. We'll be right back.
Many doctors in the U.S. and Canada have chosen the Back Institute for their own care. Experts in non-traumatic spine surgery. No cutting, no bleeding, no drilling, no scarring. With offices in New York City, Philadelphia, and Beverly Hills, BackInstitute.com offers information about new non-traumatic techniques. Visit Back Institute online at BackInstitute.com or give them a call at 800-956-6724. That's 800-956-6724. Back Institute, award-winning spine surgeons and physicians.
This week's luxury Jersey City apartment from the KRE Group is a gorgeous 2-bedroom, 2-bath apartment home facing south and east with a magnificent view of the Statue of Liberty and Manhattan skyline at Journal Square. This 1,071 square foot home features an open concept layout with modern design, stainless steel kitchens, quartz countertops, luxuriously appointed bathrooms, full-sized washer and dryer in unit, central heating, cooling, and much more. Their leasing office is open 7 days a week, and you can reach them at info@journalsquare.com or give them a call at 201-659-7100. Check out KRENJC.com for more details.
Talk Radio 77 WABC with Bernie and Sid in the morning. Mark Levin.
You can be a leftist and want to turn this country inside out. I detest it and I fight it. But when you conduct yourself in a way that demeans and degrades the country, that's a whole other thing. When you are disrespectful, when you look at the imperfections and try to exploit them to draw attention to yourself, that's contemptible.
The Great One, Mark Levin. Weeknights 6 to 9. Talk Radio 77 WABC.
All right, we're back. We're talking sports on a Saturday evening with me, John Friedman. Give us a call on the Gotta Go to Mo's call-in line at 800-848-9222. That's 800-848-WABC. Models.com. All right, coming up in just a little while, we're going to talk a little Liberty basketball. Believe it or not, we're going to talk a little Liberty basketball. I don't know much about that, and I'm sure some of our audience has a little bit of interest in the WNBA. Joining us soon will be Jeff Magliacetti. He is a beat writer for the Liberty. He works for Elite Sports. He's also the beat writer for the New York Jets, so he'll be joining us in just a little bit. As you know, Chuck and Jeff are stuck downstairs in the building. Who we got on right now? Who is that, Jeff?
Jeff, right outside of MSG.
What's happening down there? Same kind of stuff?
Same kind of stuff, still on generators. A lot of this side of the sheet, all the lights are down.
You know, I feel really bad because when I got here, by the way, tonight, everything was okay, like literally okay, except they had to bring me up on the service elevator, which is interesting. Obviously, that must be down now. And the minute I got up here, everything went black. I literally got into the studio. We went off the air. Bruce did an amazing job of getting everything back up. And then I said to myself, and then I sent you that text that said, hey, I'm leaving the door cracked open for you guys, and you may have to take the steps up. So, and Bruce thought that the guy even made a public announcement to the building here that said, you know, you're going to have people use the steps, but maybe the lights aren't on in there or something.
They won't even let us use the steps. At first, they told
Right.
me those steps. I'm like, of course there are steps. He goes, yeah, but you can't use them.
Crazy. I tell you what, I'll never let that guy go to the bathroom ever again. I'll tell you that if I'm here. Gosh.
I'm gonna go get him. I'll get him a big Dunkin' Donuts.
Don't get him a Dunkin' Donuts. My gosh. So
he has to use it.
that's
We'll
funny.
force our way up there.
That's funny. So Jeff, are the Mets going to be sellers here? What's going to happen?
Yeah, they're going to be sellers. You're going to see definitely. I think Wheeler is going to be gone, right? Pretty quick.
I wonder where he's going to go.
I think the Yankees have their eyes set on bigger prizes at this point, right?
Yeah, they do, but everybody says those two are never going to make a deal. So, and I gotta believe they would send him to the American League. No,
I would think that's the most likely situation. But I think it's more interesting to see what they do with other guys. I mean, I don't agree with Chuck Diaz going anywhere.
no, he's not going anywhere.
And this will never happen either. But if I were the Mets, I would seriously start entertaining offers for DeGrom. I mean, DeGrom's no kid anymore, and you could get a hole for DeGrom, a big hole.
Yeah, but it's the contract though. He's got a huge number.
He does.
I mean that happens to be a major part of trades that holds up trades is the number. I mean it's tremendous at what he's owed. So and if you're doing that, then you're completely blowing it up.
There's no question that, but I think they need to. I mean, I really think they need to get rid of these guys that are.
Well, they got a nice core there. They do have some nice core players.
Yeah, listen.
And congratulations to Pete Alonso, by the way, in regards to winning that home run derby. It'll be interesting to see. Did he hit a home run yet this weekend?
I don't think he did. You know what I love from that game, by the way, which I really would love to mention? I don't know if you mentioned this earlier. Did you catch how they were interviewing players on the field, like Lindor?
Loved it. What do you mean? My man Freddie Freeman was up at the plate with his, while he was batting. Yeah.
I thought that was just absolutely tremendous.
Yeah, it's great.
Wasn't that great?
That's good stuff. Very good. I was a little, not that it matters to me, I was a little confused about the MVP. The Houston guy hit a 2-run shot or whatever, but the pitcher came in and did what he was supposed to do. So I don't know. That was a little weird, but I guess it's a hometown thing.
Yeah, I get that too. I mean, listen, I don't get too caught up in that kind of stuff.
Now, I got a good story for you here. I know you love this guy. Now, first of all, were you at this game? Were you at the Josh Norman game with the Giants receiver? Were you at that game? At the Odell Beckham game? Well, you know what Josh Norman did this week? He ran with the Bulls. And there's video of him jumping. It's crazy. Absolutely crazy. I thought that was kind of interesting. So, anyway, and Chuck is still near you or no?
Yeah, I can get Chuck.
No, you don't have to get him. You don't have to get him.
I went outside. It's tough to talk inside the lobby because there's a lot of the security's around and stuff.
I wanted to ask you if you agree with me. So they came out with the top 10 quarterbacks in the NFL, right? Yeah. And they made the number one guy, and I'll go through the list in a little bit. They made the number one guy Kansas City's quarterback. Now, to me, I'm not saying he's not good. He's very good. He's outstanding. But he's played one NFL season.
But the thing with him, though, is sometimes there's a guy who's so physically special, and I just think he's that guy. I think usually I agree with your point, but he is so special. I mean, it's so obvious. I would be stunned if he wasn't a top 3 quarterback.
Well, I can even deal with that. I can deal with even top 3, top 4, whatever it is. But number 1?
Yeah, listen, I get it. I love that the Giants had.
And by the way, Matt Ryan wasn't even in the top 10, which I didn't agree with, by the way.
That's ridiculous. That's wrong.
Right.
That's a bad list then.
I gotta get a better list. All right, Bruce, can we take a quick break? Can we do that? All right. When we get back, we're going to take a look at some players around Major League Baseball that could be finding new homes. We'll talk a little bit more about the NBA. We got Yanks, we got Mets, we got a little bit of everything. If you're listening to Talking Sports on a Saturday evening with me, John Friedman, give me a call on the Gotta Go to Mo's call-in line at 800-848-9222. We'll be right back.
Many doctors in the U.S. and Canada have chosen the Back Institute for their own care. Experts in non-traumatic spine surgery. No cutting, no bleeding, no drilling, no scarring. With offices in New York City, Philadelphia, and Beverly Hills, BackInstitute.com offers information about new non-traumatic techniques. Visit Back Institute online at BackInstitute.com or give them a call at 800-956-6724. That's 800-956-6724. Back Institute, award-winning spine surgeons and physicians.
This week's luxury Jersey City apartment from the KRE Group is a gorgeous 2-bedroom, 2-bath apartment home facing south and east with a magnificent view of the Statue of Liberty and Manhattan skyline at Journal Square. This 1,071 square foot home features an open concept layout with modern design, stainless steel kitchens, quartz countertops, luxuriously appointed bathrooms, full-sized washer and dryer and unit, central heating, cooling, and much more. Their leasing office is open 7 days a week, and you can reach them at info@journalsquare.com or give them a call at 201-659-7100. Check out KRENJC.com for more details.
Talk Radio 77 WABC with Bernie and Sid in the morning. Mark Levin.
You can be a leftist and want to turn this country inside out. I detest it and I fight it. But when you conduct yourself in a way that demeans and degrades the country, that's a whole other thing. When you are disrespectful, when you look at the imperfections and try to exploit them and draw attention to yourself, that's contemptible.
The Great One, Mark Levin. Weeknight 6 to 9. Talk Radio 77 WABC.
All right, we're back. We're talking sports on a Saturday evening with me, John Friedman. Give me a call on the Gotta Go to Mo's call-in line at 800-848-9222. That's 800-848-WABC. Models.com. Bruce, I don't know if it's me, but are you schwitzing in there? Man, it's hot. Man, it's hot. I don't know if it's because of me just moving around and being hyper like I am. But man, I am hot. Anyway, if you're looking for my partners here, Jeff Lax and my man Chuck is downstairs in the building. They couldn't get up tonight. We have, as you know, blackout, so to speak, in Manhattan. Who we got on there, Jeff? Still got you. I appreciate you guys hanging in there with me. Is Chuck near you?
He is. Hang on, let me just transfer this.
Yeah, well, that's what they're. Oh, well, that's how we're kind of handling here. So, Chuck, are you with us?
Yes, I am. What's up, Johnny?
I'm looking for another update.
Another update?
You got to be ready, man. If you're going to be remote, you got to be ready to go. What? Are you the kind of guy that's got to like tie his shoes if you're coming off the bench in a basketball game?
Of course. I have to make sure that I'm all.
Do there was a guy on the Atlanta Hawks back in the day, Charles Shackelford, who went out onto the court and his shoes weren't tied, and they had to use a timeout. All right, get us updated.
All right. So the Astros and Rangers are 5-5 in the bottom of the 10th. Reds and Rockies are scoreless in the bottom of the first. The Braves tied it up and they're tied 4-4 in the bottom of the 8th. Top of the 7th. Earlier today, the Blue Jays beat the Yankees 2-1. The Orioles took game 1 of a doubleheader 2-1. Cubs beat the Pirates 10-4. Angels over the White Sox 13-2. Mets over the Marlins 4-2. Rays won the second game of a doubleheader 12-4. Twins over the Indians 6-2. Cardinals over the Diamondbacks 4-2. Royals over the Tigers 4-1. Dodgers all over the Red Sox 11-2. Brewers walked it off on the Giants 5-4. And the Nationals beat the Phillies 4-3.
Boy, the Phillies, I think the Nationals beat them yesterday, too. The Phillies are just going to find themselves deeper and deeper in a hole here.
And the Phillies had a 3-2 lead going into the top of the 9th, and Juan Soto hit a 2-run homer off Hector Neris.
Is he having a good year? Is Soto having a good year? He's a phenom of theirs.
Well, of course he is.
Yeah. He's a good player. Hey, let me ask you, because I don't have the guy's name in front of me. You being the Jets fan you are, you had your tight end was suspended. Did I see that?
Yes. Heard not.
What's the deal?
4-game suspension. We all thought that he was only going to get 2 games, but the NFL came down hard, and they did give him the 4 games. But he is appealing that.
Oh, they all do. They all do.
Oh, of course. So hopefully it gets reduced down to the 2 games.
What did he do?
He violated the league's substance abuse policy.
Oh, what a shocker!
So I think you know what that means.
Oh, what a shocker! Gosh, there's a chemical you can probably drink. By the way, before you take these tests, although I'm assuming they're random.
Well, he actually got caught because he got arrested, I believe, last summer, and he pleaded guilty to a DWI.
Gosh, these. I guess they've never heard of Uber.
Nah, definitely not.
Like.
But John, you know what it is that when you're like a young kid and you're a professional athlete and you're hanging out in New York City, I mean, you basically think that you're God, so you can do whatever the hell you want.
All right, so let me go over this list with you here, okay? They came out with the top 10 quarterbacks right now in the National Football League. All right, you tell me if you agree or not. You're probably going to agree with the number 1 player. I don't, because he hadn't played long enough, and that's my only beef. All right, so at number 10, right? They got Deshaun Watson. Oh, and I told Jeff, you'll have to tell Jeff, I was wrong. I said that Matt Ryan didn't make this list. He did. He's number 9. So the Falcons, Matt Ryan's number 9. I think I'd maybe put him a little lower, and I'll show you where I would have put him. But okay. At number 8, they got Ben Roethlisberger. All right. At number 7, they got Phillip Rivers.
Okay, not bad.
At number 6, they got Andrew Luck.
Okay, fair.
All right. At number 5, they got Drew Brees.
Drew Brees.
All right. At number 4, they got Russell Wilson.
Okay. Oh, and speaking of Wilson and Brees, they are both at the Padres-Braves game tonight.
Oh, they are. I wonder who they're rooting for. You know what? No, I'll tell you why they're not rooting for the Padres and they're rooting for the Braves. It's real simple. There was the time when the Braves were on TBS, and that's what they watched growing up. Dollars to donuts, that's what the deal is.
I don't know, because Drew Brees just started his career in San Diego.
Man, I hate Drew Brees. I hate that guy. Can't stand him. All right, number 3, I said Russell Wilson. Number 3 is Tom Brady. He'd be number 1 to me, but number 3. And number 2 is Aaron Rodgers. He could be number 1 for me too, but he's not. He's number 2. And Patrick Mahomes is number 1.
The MVP.
But he's played for 1 year.
All right, but now is this?
And he's coached by Andy Reid.
Right now?
Right now. Yeah, I got this week.
It has to be fair enough because it's a right now kind of thing.
I guess. I just, longevity means something to me. And by the way, who's to say that? And I listen, it's not going to happen. If the kid has a terrible offensive line, for example, he'll have a terrible year. So I just like to look at it that way. So and wait, I'm going to stay with me here. I'm going to give you what they say now is the top 10 offenses in the National Football League. All right, stay with me. The top 10 offenses. All right. Okay, here. At number 10, I think it should be a little lower, but maybe not, is Johnny's Atlanta Falcons. All right? They finished at the number 3 offense last year in the whole National Football League, by the way.
Right, but Devontae Freeman needs to stay healthy.
That, no doubt about it. No doubt about that. All right, that's number 10. At number 9 is the New England Patriots, I guess because of Gronk gone.
Yeah, they lost Gronk and they lost Josh Gordon also.
Right. Well, everybody loses Josh Gordon. At number 8, now this is interesting. At number 8, they got the Giants. Now I can't believe that Atlanta's offense is not better than the Giants.
I saw this
What receivers do the Giants have that would make them the 8th best offensive team?
I don't know, but the NFL really seems to love Golden Tate.
That's great, but
It's good because I have him on my fantasy team.
oh yeah, I always love Golden Tate. Good player. I'm surprised Philadelphia didn't keep him. Number 7 is New Orleans. Sounds about right. I hate them. Number 6 is Dallas. Your dad's happy about that.
Oh, he definitely, but I don't know. I still have my doubts about Dak Prescott as a real NFL quarterback.
Oh, you're making him mad right now. You got number 5, the Minnesota Vikings. I like that one. I think Minnesota this year is going to have a real good year. He's in the offense a whole year. Yeah.
I think you're going to have a bounce back because Dalvin Cook is finally 100% now, coming off that torn ACL 2 years ago. He was a little what's the word I'm looking for?
And by the way, Cousins has been with this offensive line a year now. So it makes a difference. Right. At number 4, they got the Philadelphia Eagles. That's fair. Although I don't know who's Philadelphia's running back.
You know what? They have a lot of depth, and I like it. And they also traded for the Bears' Jordan Howard, who was
I forgot about that. That was a great trade.
A lot of depth.
Surprised Chicago would have done that. At number 3 is Cleveland. They're a young team, but kind of hard, with this quarterback not to say that. But again, they got to show it to me.
Right. Well, we also have to see them put it all together. Now, I think that Baker Mayfield really showed his pedigree once Freddie Kitchens took over the offense.
Yeah, I like him.
I want to see if they're able to keep it rolling.
Now, number 2 is the Kansas City Chiefs. I guess. I mean,
I think they're going to have a little bit of trouble if Tyreek Hill is forced to miss time and how much time he actually does.
Well, right, and that's an example of what I said of all of a sudden your quarterback, if he doesn't have all the weapons, it changes. Everything changes. And number 1, which I don't know if I agree with now, especially, we don't know what's happening with the running back, Gurley, is the Los Angeles Rams.
Yeah, but the Rams took somebody in the draft that a lot of people are high on, so hopefully he could be a fill-in for Gurley. And it's really a shame that Gurley is going to be dealing with these knee problems for probably his whole career. He's a really special player, and it's just sad.
All right, stay with us, Chuck. All right, joining us on the Gotta Go to Moe's call-in line is, let me pull this up here. I got to get all my notes are all over the place here. Is Jeff Magliacetti. He covers the beat of the New York Liberty and also the New York Jets for Elite Sports. Jeff, welcome to Talking Sports on a Saturday evening. Oh, thank you. And how'd I do with the name, by the way? Very good. No problem at all. So right now I'm putting all my notes together here. Talk to us about the New York Liberty. I know last year they were not very good. I mean, like really not very good. And now they're floating around 500. Talk to us about the New York Liberty and what's happening with them.
The New York Liberty right now currently stand at 7-9. They lost on Friday night, 99-83 to the Chicago Sky, in a game that really only got close in the fourth quarter. Liberty actually had a lead on the Sky, but ended up getting outscored during a 6-minute stretch in the second quarter by a 28-2 tally, which turned out to be their undoing. This is coming off a Sunday defeat to the Las Vegas Aces, 90-58. Going into that one, though, not everything is doom and gloom with the New York Liberty, though. They've already matched last season's win total at 7 wins. They were 7-27 last year and currently sit at 7-9 right now. So they've done a good job so far because last week they had just wrapped up a 4-game winning streak with 3 of those wins coming on the road. And the big key so far in the early going has been the emergence of Kia Nurse. Kia Nurse, I wrote on EliteSportsNY.com earlier this season that she can fulfill your basketball void this summer because let's face it, basketball did not end with Stephen Curry's memorable
native, and she was just into her first All-Star game this week. She's one of the 10 starters nominated. WNBA does a fantasy draft with the captains being Elena Delazon from Washington and Asia Wilson from Las Vegas. So she's done a great job for them. The Liberty so far this year are 4-1, I believe, when Kia Nurse hits at least 20 points. And she hasn't done so over the past 2 games. But the Liberty hope to get back on track tomorrow night against the Seattle Storm playing at 7 p.m. And you know what? You can just say, I think there's been some great stability this season because of the fact they're under new ownership. Last year, they were in a bit of a basketball purgatory under ownership of the Madison Square Garden Company. And they were put up for sale by James Dolan. And there were doubts that the Liberty, one of the NBA's charter WNBA franchises, who came in during the inaugural season of 1997. They're one of 3 teams left over from that inaugural season, the others being on the West Coast in Phoenix and Los Angeles. There was a chance that they could have moved elsewhere, but with the purchase by Jonathan Tsai, they've done a great job supporting this team. Tsai is the minority owner of the Brooklyn Nets, and you know what? They've really made a commitment to this team. They've done a great job, and you know, there's a chance that they could play in Joseph Tsai, Joseph Tsai, and they've done a great job of supporting this team so far. They made a great commitment to the New York area because, you know, as Sinatra said, you can make it here, you can make it anywhere, and you know, they're slowly but surely starting to come together with the assistance of Kia. There's long-time efforts of Tina Charles.
Yeah, let me ask you, and we'll get to Tina Charles. Now, you got your own version of a Dikembe Mutombo now, right? You got, what, Hanzu? Is that how you pronounce it?
Hanzu is her name. Now, Hanzu has been one of the more hyped picks of the WNBA draft. She was selected 14th overall in the second round. And
How tall is she?
She is 6'9", John.
Is she a shot blocker?
Yes, she is known for her shot blocking, but she can also put up a nice basket. She could have a nice jumper. We saw that on display during the Liberty's last home game on Sunday against Las Vegas. She put up 7 points, which is a career high for her thus far in her young career. Now, it's been a bit difficult for Hanzu in the early going. Now, they got off to a good start because back in May, the Liberty played the Chinese national team, Han's former comrades, and she scored 19 points in a win over at Barclays Center, essentially opening the Brooklyn era for the Liberty. But she's had some trouble getting some time in the starting lineup at this point. Matchups have not been in her favor. We saw that against Tierra McCowan, who just simply was more physical than her. Han was removed after a minute. But during the blowout against Vegas on Sunday, it provided a dark silver lining in the fact that they were able to insert Hanzu in for an extended period of time. And she did pretty well, held MVP contender Liz Cambage no points while guarded for one-on-one. She's still trying to get her, you know, her WNBA legs under her. But right now, this seems like a good opportunity to bring her in. Once things got out of hand in Chicago, Han played the final 10 minutes, the entire fourth quarter against the Chicago Sky, and she scored 2 points, grabbed a few rebounds, had a block and a steal, and, you know, it provided a dark silver lining for free research and development. But the Liberty, who are in the midst of a unexpected playoff push because the WNBA standings are so jam-packed, 12 teams separated by a mere 5.5 games at this point. The Liberty are currently 1 game out of the league's final playoff spot. She could be a hidden X factor as we move towards the second half of the season.
All right, well, talk to us about the franchise player, Tina Charles.
Tina Charles has done a great job in the sense that she's made an impact both on and off the court. This season has been a bit of a struggle for her, I'll admit, because she's only reached 50% shooting in a game twice so far this season. I think she'd be the first to tell you that she's not sure she's playing the best basketball of her career right now. But right now, Liberty basketball begins and ends in a sense with Tina Charles. She's a native of Queens, went to Christ the King University, went over to the powerhouse that is UConn. She went over to the Connecticut Sun, got traded to the Liberty, and she's done a great job. She's been a very dominant presence, and even when her shots aren't falling down, she's usually cleaning up things on the rebounding end. So she's done a good job there. Now, off the court, Tina Charles has done a great job as well. She's been a very vocal at the forefront of campaigning for the Liberty to play in Brooklyn next season. During training camp, she said, I don't see any other place for us to play other than Barclays.
Wait, so is that where they, and excuse me for not knowing this, where are they playing these days?
The Liberty are currently playing their home game, the majority of their home game, over at Westchester County Center in White Plains, New York.
And how has that worked out in regards to attendance versus when they were at the Garden?
You know, because when they were playing at the Garden, the Liberty production plan, it is out of the way for the Liberty's vocal fan base. And, it kind of is, in a way, bringing down the WNBA attendance as a whole, as a matter of fact.
But are they still sending the camps and stuff like that during the day, to these day games and stuff?
There was a day game, which was their best attended game. It was a game against Los Angeles earlier this season, and they actually expanded attendance.
Yeah, you got to get them over to you got to give them to Barclays or back to Prudential Center.
Well, it's interesting. There will be a game at Barclays Center later this year, August 11th. They'll be playing the Seattle Storm there. So head over there now. It's sure to be a great show. So head on over, see what happens. And if you really want to see this team play in the New York area some more, it would be a great opportunity to get some tickets to do so and show that New York has this team back. But, over in Westchester, that's where they're playing right now. And back to Tina Charles, this offseason, she did something very interesting. She has a long resume as is, but right now she added documentary filmmaker to that list and released Charlie's Records, directed it. It was part of the Tribeca Film Festival. It focused on her father's Calypso music store down in Brooklyn right now. It's about a 10-minute walk away from Barclays Center right now. It's a long neighborhood landmark. It's been there for years. He has a recording studio on the top floor. And her father, Ralston, he's been the biggest constant of her career. He's always coming to the games, always been courtside. Tina Charles recently set the Liberty's all-time mark in scoring, and she got the ball and she got a commemorative game ball for it. The first thing she did was hand it to her father, Ralston, who was sitting courtside. So it's a great story for a great family, and I'm eager to see what she does next because she seems to continue doing this, to keep on making films like this. She mentioned that she would like to find another documentary. She started her own production company known as 31 Enterprises, so she's just looking for her next story right now. Safe to say she's a little busy for the time being.
You got more energy than I do. So let me ask. So the WNBA. I'm gonna ask you two questions. One, the WNBA is now. Are you going into after tomorrow? You're going into your All-Star weekend, so to speak. Is that where you're about to hit the break?
Not quite yet. The All-Star break is coming up. That will be held out in Las Vegas this year, and Las Vegas has done a tremendous job so far. This is their second year with their team, the Las Vegas Aces, formerly known as the San Antonio Silver Stars, and they've done a great job.
San Antonio's not in San Antonio anymore.
They're not in San
They were a really long time good ball club there.
for a while there, and it was unfortunate to see, but they're in good hands right now. And before that, they were the Utah Stars over playing in Salt Lake City. So right now, Las Vegas has done a great job. They will be hosting the All-Star game on the weekend of July 26th, 27th, and they named the 10 starters. They're going to go with a bit of a fantasy draft. 3 players thus far are going for Vegas right now, and it's clear that Las Vegas is the class of the league at this point because they've won 5 in a row, including a nice win tonight over the Washington Mystics, their main competition entering tonight for the top spot in the WNBA standings. Because the WNBA playoffs are a bit different from what you normally expect. There are 12 teams in the league. The top 8 go to the playoffs, and the top 2 teams get a double bye over to the semifinal round. And right now, Vegas has that top spot right now, clinching them home court advantage throughout what would be the WNBA playoffs at this point. So they're going to have the All-Star game over at Mandalay Bay Event Center, home of the Aces. Liz Cambage, Kayla McBride, and Asia Wilson will be the last of which will be a captain. They're all going to the game thus far for the Aces. 10 players been selected so far. Reserves are expected to be announced on Monday the 15th. So the All-Star break will commence on the 26th, 27th. The Liberty's last game will be on the 24th. They'll go up to Mohegan Sun and play Connecticut.
All right. Now let's switch gears real quickly. I'm going to have to take news on the top of the hour. So give me a little minute and a half little summary of what you think about the New York Jets this year. I know you're the beat writer for them. Give us your thoughts.
I'm cautiously optimistic about the New York Jets at this point. And right now, I think there's a lot of established contenders in the AFC right now. I heard you talking a little bit before I came on. There were talk about the Cleveland Browns. They're going to be a force to be reckoned with. The North still has the Pittsburgh Steelers and the Baltimore Ravens to deal with. Let's face it, for all intents and purposes, the New England monopoly on the AFC East is going to continue, and anyone pretty much can win either the AFC South or the AFC West at this point. So if you're a Jets, you have to think, what would be a bit of a moral victory at this point? And I think an attainable positive goal for this team would be 8-8. And I'm very confident that they could get to that point because it's going to be interesting. The first 6 weeks of this season for the Jets are going to be a bit difficult, and that stretch was a bit exacerbated a bit by the loss of Chris Herndon, who was suspended for violating the NFL substance abuse policy on Friday, stemming from the 2018 DWI arrest. They will play 4 playoff teams, and they're playing 2 up-and-coming teams in Buffalo and Cleveland. That's who they open with, and they'll also be playing the Eagles, the Cowboys, and the aforementioned Patriots twice. But after that, the slate gets considerably easier. 7 straight games against non-playoff opponents from 2018. So the Jets should seek to get a bit of a moral victory this year. No one goes out there and says, let's finish 8th this season. Let's get that 8th win. But if you're a Jets, it would be a great step in the right direction on such a crucial point on the franchise timeline. So if they can go 8-8, I think Jets fans should be satisfied this year, especially because just 2 years ago, some thought the team would go winless entirely. So 8-8 is an attainable positive goal for this squad, I believe.
Got it. All right. So, Jeff, we're going to check in with you. When do the playoffs start with the Liberty? When does WNBA playoffs start? All right. We will check in with you then. We'll check in with you in August for some Jets news and preseason, and we'll go from there. All right, buddy?
John, I'm very much looking forward to it. Thank you for having me on tonight. Look forward to continuing, and just keep up the great work. It's a great thing you're doing over there.
You got it. That's Jeff Magliacetti. He covers the beat of the New York Liberty and the New York Jets for Elite Sports New York. So look who's in here. Jeff Lax has made it upstairs. Chuck has made it upstairs. Now, you guys didn't tell me Izzy was down there.
Yes, Izzy was there with us.
Izzy was there. What a guy.
Izzy,
He's a hero.
Izzy, you're 6'5". You're letting the guy tell us that you can't come up? Come on.
And he got some ice coffee.
Hey, what's going on, John?
Man, now I know Bruce. I didn't know you weren't going to be with us all night. Poor Bruce has had to be here. What time were you supposed to be here, Izzy?
I was supposed to start about an hour ago.
Oh, well, you know what, Bruce, that's double time tonight. You got to get paid double time for having to work.
That's what we got to do, John.
Not only that, but he got us back on the air tonight after we had an outage here. So, is it hot downstairs, guys?
It's hot, man.
It's hot.
It's hot in here, isn't it?
It's hot.
I don't need to go sit in the schwitz. I'm in the schwitz right now.
John, what I don't understand is why is there always a blackout during the summer? It's like every summer.
I got to tell you something I'm more excited about, by the way. I'm more excited that I'm not going to be here after the show than you guys made it up. All right, we'll take a quick break on the top of the hour. We've got news. You're listening to Talking Sports on almost Sunday morning with me, John Friedman. Give us a call on the Gotta Go to Mo's call-in line at 800-848-9222. We got Jeff Lax. He made it in the studio. So did Chuck. You're listening to Talking Sports. We'll be right back.
Crazy.
Forgot how hard it is to do it solo. But it came out good with the phone and the whole thing.
I just helped him here, but
No, it's good. Because you were giving us reports kind of thing, and how dark it is. It's all fixed.
it looks like it. I mean, I don't
How did you know to come back up?
We waited for them to get the others back up. But we're down the whole time.
Was it hot down there too?
Yep.
That pissed me off, by the way. 'Cause I said to the guy, "You want to go to the bathroom?" I'm glad I had this guy scheduled, by the way. I needed it.
There is a solution, however, and it's called
I can understand it. Maybe not lights in the stairway. But I'm gonna have to talk to ABC. My guys couldn't come up.
It's true. It is true.
You know they're gonna fight with me about that.
It is true.
Yeah. We want a whole pie every week, not just a slice.
Folks at SCG understand
Not
the
got more
options
listeners
available to
tonight.
advertisers
We have
Not a call, though.
determine the best
No
creative
caller?
and media plan for your business. So learn more
It's okay.
about us by visiting
You guys handled
scgad.com.
Sid
That's
perfectly.
Did I kill him?
scgadb.com.
But it was perfect.
Killed him.
No mention, just revert. You need to reverse it.
Like, killed him.
Good.
Killed him.
It was good, and Marty knew to go there.
I was careful, but I
It was perfect. It was just like whatchamacallit.
WABC New York, Cumulus Station.
Let there be light. Barry's not done. Yeah. I'm Barbara Kusak.
Oh my God.
Saturday night in the city saw more than Some dark at the height of a major outage. Hours later, Con Edison now says the power has been fully restored. The Fade to Black saw a Jennifer Lopez concert come to a quick halt as the theater district went dark. Visitors had to take things in stride, like this woman who couldn't make it back to her 49th floor hotel room unless she wanted to use the stairs.
They told us there's no electricity up there, there's no air conditioning, the water's running.
Tornado warnings popped up across the New Orleans metro area tonight, even as Tropical Storm Barry did not dump as much rain on the region as expected. But meteorologist Derek Van Dam says the latest information indicates it's not over just yet.
This is the latest information from the National Hurricane Center, 50-mile-per-hour sustained winds. When we do get up a lot of this rain to set up overnight, remember that it's going to saturate the soils. And with 50-mile-per-hour wind gusts, you have the potential to bring some trees and power lines. So keep that in mind. Power outages still about 110,000 customers at the moment across Louisiana.
Mayors nationwide on high alert with planned ICE immigration raids set to start on Sunday. Denver Mayor Michael Hancock says immigrants in his city are concerned for themselves and their children.
Our Department of Human Services is more than prepared to step in and to make sure that the children are not left alone. We'll try to do everything we can to connect them with kindred family so they can be safe and secure.
The Daily Mail now reporting the former United Kingdom ambassador to the United States said that President Trump seemed to be discarding the Iran nuclear deal for personality reasons, as the deal had been agreed to by former President Obama. I'm Barbara Cusack.
So many opinions, political correctness. Tired of it? Like discussions about big ideas? Passionate about free speech?
Me too. I'm Dave Rubin, host of the popular podcast, The Rubin Report, which features discussions, unfiltered rants, and one-on-one interviews with some of the most interesting names.
I feel bad.
Let's have some real conversation.
Hey, John, do you have more time, brother? We're coming back to you in like 30.
Okay.
Or wherever you get your podcasts. Westwood.
Okay, no problem, brother.
Everyone's listening.
Hey, my friend's retail store was the victim of IoT password theft.
Yep. Cyber criminals are taking over security cameras, payment systems, and other IoT devices by exploiting vulnerabilities.
What if they target
That
us
is
and our
so
service
good.
network?
It's
We're secure with Barracuda. We have advanced firewalls for our sites, enhanced security for our
What were you saying, Bill? I meant to ask you this. I'm trying to.
Protect your business at Barracuda.com. Barracuda, your journey secured.
It's Saturday evening. Time for Talking Sports. Here's your host, Jonathan Friedman.
It's Sunday morning. Jeff Lax has made it in studio. Chuck has made it in studio now. The Ister is in studio now. What was it like down there, guys? What was the street like? Any panic?
No panic, right?
Nah, there was no panic, but John, I felt like I was in an episode of Batman. It was all like dark and spooky. There was bunch of cops and ambulance.
Now the concert downstairs. Now there was a concert right downstairs here at the Garden, right?
Yeah, it was supposed to be.
So now what? Oh, it never started.
They evacuated.
Yeah, they evacuated everybody.
Right, but they had the concert started?
I don't know. I don't think so because I think it was before like 8:00.
By the way, speaking of concerts, I want to go this week, but I just don't know if I can make it. ELO is playing at Prudential.
Is that your thing, John?
Who exactly? Hey, is Bruce? Is he still back there? Did you hear? He said who? He said who to ELO? Can't believe that. That's the Electric Light Orchestra.
The what?
with my mind just went blank. With Jeff Lynne, who was a big producer of the Beatles and great. He was in the Traveling Wilburys. Do you know that group? You don't know the Traveling Wilburys?
The traveling
Oh my gosh!
the wild thornberries?
Oh my gosh! So I would love to go. I think they're playing on the 17th at Prudential. ELO is one of the most iconic groups of all time. They brought in the violins and the synthesizers and all that kind of stuff to pop rock kind of thing.
Is your wife into that stuff?
And if she likes it, not like. Matter of fact, if I bet you Izzy knows an ELO song. Matter of fact, you got your computer there. I want you to look up. Let's think here. let's. I'm going to give you a song you're both going to know. Believe it or not, I'm going to give you a song. Strange Magic. Let's see if maybe they or Bruce. Give me a name of one ELO song, Bruce. Give him one ELO song. Let's pull when you get a chance. Look up that. All right, on YouTube, and maybe you guys will know that. So that's a you guys. You got to know a little bit about music.
Is that music?
That's music. I mean, I'm a music guy. I can go 60s, I can go 50s, I can go 60s, I can go 70s. Believe it or not, I can't go 80s.
Interesting. Why is that?
I'm just, What
were you doing during the 80s?
Well, I was listening to 70s, but it was very Devo when I was in the 80s. I graduated high school in 84, so it was very.
You weren't a Michael Jackson guy?
I like Michael Jackson a lot. I love Michael Jackson. Okay. I was listening to him on the way here.
Bruce
I'm not a big Bruce guy. I'm not a Bruce guy. I don't know why. But I'm a Southern rock guy.
Okay.
You like Leonard Skinner?
Yeah.
Have you heard of them, Chuck? Leonard Skinner?
Absolutely not. But I have heard
Oh
of
my
Michael
gosh.
Jackson.
You have heard of Michael Jackson? Oh.
Whoever else Jeff just mentioned.
Yeah.
There you go. Now, there you go. That's Strange Magic from ELO.
I'm trying to see if I recognize this.
They're unbelievable.
Is this the tempo that most of their songs are? Kind of like.
No, they're all kind of upbeat.
Okay.
That's good stuff. Izzy, have you ever heard of that song? Or
I personally never have.
Well, wait a minute. I know we're getting a little off track here tonight, but wait a minute. So on the column there on the right side, there on YouTube, right? Name me another song. Strange.
There's a living thing. You have sweet talking.
There you go. All right, I tell you what. Hit Sweet Talking Woman. All right. Hit that one. Now, if you guys don't know this, listen to that violin. How many rock concerts do you go to? Pop?
I like violin. I do like that.
Never heard this? Really?
That sounds familiar.
I was searching on a one-way street.
Wow,
You
it
can't
went from
do
no power
me.
to a full
I was waiting for the operator on the line. That's great music, man.
I would sing with you, but I don't really know the lyrics.
Oh, no, don't know what I'm going through. I gotta get back to you. You gotta hold down, sweet talking woman. You got me running, run. All right. Anyway, so they're playing at Prudential. So I was hoping we would maybe get to, I'd maybe get a chance to go. So, but I'm probably not going to. All right, now we start to get calls here. You guys come in here. I'm like going crazy and just like Strange Magic, like we just played. I tell you what, because it is getting late here. Let's go to Leslie in Fort Lee. Leslie, you're on Talking Sports on a Sunday morning. Leslie, do we have a malfunction because of the blackout? We do. We have a malfunction. If you're listening, Leslie, we have a little issue. We all maybe need a tissue. All right. So anyway, quickly, just looking at Major League Baseball standings, I'd like to just kind of quickly get you updated on that. As you know, Yankees with a 6.5 lead, or maybe it's I don't know what Tampa Bay did today, but
they lost.
Tampa Bay split their doubleheader.
Right. So that's probably 6.5 games over Tampa Bay. Minnesota's only 5.5 up. Now it's funny that Leslie's on. They're only 5.5 up on Cleveland. So,
but they won today, so they won the series against the Indians.
Oh, they did. Okay. That's a big game right there. You got Houston is. Oh, by the way, Chuck, what did you think about the Houston guy, the Cleveland guy winning the MVP at the All-Star game?
They only did it because he was the hometown.
Yeah, because I would think that the guy who played for Cleveland that plays for Houston, didn't he hit a 2-run bomb?
No, he had
or a double or something. Yeah, I was kind of.
That got the scoring started. But personally, I thought that Chapman should have been MVP.
Oh, of course you did.
Well, he came in and he got the save.
Of course you did. There goes that save thing. So anyway, so we got Cleveland is I guess 6 back or whatever. You got Houston with a lead, a big lead over Oakland and Texas in the West. You got Atlanta with probably about a 6-game lead, hopefully, in the National League East. Chicago and Milwaukee only separated by a half game. That's going to come down to the end. That's going to be great. And the Dodgers with a big lead over Arizona. Matter of fact, in the West, they're not even going to get the wild card out of the West, I don't think, this year in the National League. And by the way, maybe my home run thing with the Derby, Ronald Acuna hit a home run last night.
Yeah, well, there you go. Alonso has not yet, though.
Right, that's what I was asking you.
What about Guerrero? He must be exhausted from that.
Oh, my gosh. Crazy.
He was hitting balls off the top of the video board.
But by the way, hey Chuck, you know we didn't last week. We weren't in love with the Derby, right? We felt it. What did you think about? What did you think about it last week?
It was fun, but I think while the Vlad Jock matchup was very entertaining, I think there was an unfair advantage to Jock because he swung for 4 minutes and then he only got a minute break to watch Vlad swing.
Good point.
And then it was just back and forth. And
Good point.
Jock was gassed. You saw it in him.
Yeah,
He was swinging with every last ounce that he had.
They were both gassed. But you know what the amazing thing about this thing, about the home run contest is? The real advantage is having the good pitcher.
Yeah.
Alonso's pitcher was terrible.
Well, is he a Mets guy?
He's his cousin?
Yeah, his cousin.
But he almost got hit.
Why wouldn't you use I mean, I know it's kind of cool to have your cousin.
That's what it is.
Yeah.
That's why he
didn't have Phil Regan?
But it's amazing because the thing is, you just groove it. If you can get a guy to just groove it over and over, that's a huge advantage.
Yeah, sure. Absolutely.
It's $1 million joke anymore. It's $1 million.
So should we try Leslie in Fort Lee? Are we working here?
The call dropped and the computer's frozen.
All right. It's a whole thing. So Leslie, you have to understand we got some technical difficulties with this blackout here tonight. But so if you want to try again, hang up, try again if you want to call. Yeah, you got ramifications. I couldn't get Facebook on my phone because I go live with the show. I couldn't get it for a while here.
I was looking at that. I was trying to connect with you.
We were down in the lobby trying to see if you were live.
I couldn't get it, and then what I did, because I pay unlimited Wi-Fi. I don't use Wi-Fi. In other words, I keep my Wi-Fi off on my phone and use whatever that else it's called because it doesn't matter. Yeah, because I don't care. It doesn't matter. So what I did was I went into the studio and got from Bruce the Wi-Fi code here, the security code, and I put Wi-Fi, and then I got Facebook.
So you're saying that the phones were down?
No, my cell phone would not get Facebook
because the 4G.
But the YouTube video is working. Right. So just kind of interesting. And Bruce did a great job. Lola Nash went off the air for a little bit tonight.
She did. She's pre-recorded though.
Yeah, I know. Well, the whole thing went off the air. So when I walked into the studio tonight, everything was. I walked in and boof. When the power goes out, you get that little boof.
Really?
Yeah, and then it came right back up.
Wow.
So anyway, what do you think about the? Chuck, I'm sorry. One more thing, and I didn't read this story. What is this new computer thing with the iPhone? What the Atlantic League is using with the umpires? Are you familiar with this?
Oh, so what it is now, they have computers calling balls and strikes, but they only did it for the All-Star game.
But what does that mean?
So what it was that they had the monitor up in the stadium. Well, they had the monitor up in the stadium, and the home plate they actually had a home plate umpire where the AirPods. And in his ear, the monitor was telling him if it was a ball or a strike.
That's offensive, isn't
weird.
it?
I heard about this, but I didn't see it. Did you actually watch this? You watched the way it worked?
I didn't watch it, but I saw the highlights of it and everything, and it was so weird seeing an umpire wear the AirPods.
That's ridiculous.
But that's offensive too.
You're giving the person the computer job and the computer the person's job.
That's if I was the umpire, I'm I'm not going behind the plate tonight.
No, I agree.
So the umpire did call fair and foul and whatnot, but
what a job.
Yeah, but he just didn't call balls and strikes. Well, he did call balls and strikes, but.
Well, John, what's your take on that? The computerized balls and strikes. Not in that way. That's a stupid way to do it.
I don't like it at all.
You don't like automated.
I like different umpires have different strike zones, and I'm good with that. Yeah. I'm good with that.
But Chuck, as a softball player, don't you hate that? Inconsistent, from one ump to another? John is saying one umpire is consistent, but going from you play double and triple headers, you could have an ump one game calling high balls and an ump the second game calling low balls.
Yeah, you got to make adjustments.
Well, it's funny because 2 weeks ago I got called out twice at home, and then at third and I was safe both times. So I wish I would have had a robot at that point.
Right.
Now, when that happens, were they bang plays, sliding plays, or whatever?
The one at third was pretty bang.
Do you get up and argue?
No, because
Really?
I mean,
you don't say any. You don't say anything. You don't say, "Come on, Blue."
I don't think I say anything because I'm
20 years.
Because I'm an umpire myself, so
I knew you were going to go there. I knew you were going to go there.
I mean, the guys who umpire this, they're all old. So I mean, it's kind of.
How old are you talking about?
Well, it's actually interesting you said that. In a league I played in, right? I didn't play this year, but the league I played, we had literally an umpire behind the plate. He was literally 80 or 90 years old.
Phil Regan's son.
Right. you felt bad arguing with the guy.
That's wow. I mean,
the umpire we had.
You should have seen his third cold strike.
We had an umpire a couple of weeks ago that was deaf. Like I'm not like legit.
Oh, that's when you mumble underneath your breath.
Yeah.
No doubt about it. No doubt. Like completely deaf?
I don't know if he was completely.
When you do an argue with somebody with sign language?
I don't know, but I didn't notice it until somebody came over and they were saying that the umpire was deaf, and I was like, huh? I was like, what are you talking about? And they were like, yeah, apparently the umpire was deaf.
Wow.
So how was his strike calls? He can talk though, right?
Yeah, he could talk. I mean, I didn't even notice it. So maybe I'm just.
Was he wearing hearing aids or no?
Not that I know.
No, okay.
So maybe he was partially deaf or something.
Maybe he knows Lou Ferrigno.
But I think
is Lou Ferrigno deaf?
Yeah.
I didn't realize that.
You didn't know that?
I just thought he had an impediment.
No, that's why he has the impediment. He can't hear himself.
Speaking of
Really?
impediments, we played against a team, and the catcher I think was deaf because every time he talked, he sounded like a seal. He was like, oh, I was crying. We were cracking jokes in the dugout, and I'm gonna go to hell.
Yeah, if you can, and I'm not trying. If someone's born deaf, they can't completely hear what they're saying, so they can't get the whole word out completely.
Right.
So that's why it comes out a little muffled or whatever. It's funny. I was once at a blackjack table with Lou Ferrigno.
Really?
Yeah,
Where was that?
and he, in Atlantic City, and he was sitting on the end. And the anchor guy in blackjack is important. He saves the table sometimes.
Right.
Well, I'll never forget. He did something he shouldn't have done, and I mumbled underneath my breath because I knew he couldn't hear me.
That's funny. That's funny.
So that's my story with that. So the computer's still frozen, right? So we're not. Yeah. I'll have to get that fixed and stuff. Look what a power outage can do.
Crazy. What a night. You know what's crazy? This was the anniversary of the 77 blackout tonight.
Really?
Yes. 42 years. I was thinking on the way.
There's shenanigans.
Makes you wonder, right?
Nah, shenanigans.
Makes you wonder.
Yeah, shenanigans.
That's way too much of a coincidence.
That sounds like shenanigans to me. So, all right, Chuck. So, thank you for explaining that to me because I didn't know exactly what the deal was going to be with I can't believe they did that to umpires. I mean, I really cannot believe they did that. That's crazy.
And I believe that one of the highlights I saw, the batter was a little pissed off with a call, and it's like, how could you be pissed off
at the computer?
Yeah.
Got to find a new career for that batter. If you're pissed off.
And the other, did the umpire give emphatic calls, or did the pitch would come in and wait to get it and go strike?
And it was so delayed. Like the catcher caught the ball, and 3 seconds later, the umpire finally gave the call.
So, is there a way to do this in a correct manner? Is there a way to do this in a good way, or you just don't like the whole concept of a computer calling balls?
I really don't like the concept because I think it takes away the human element from the game.
What does that mean, human element?
Because
we have instant replays. We have
That's beyond replay.
What's beyond replay?
This iPhone thing or whatever.
What about don't you like having the yellow marker on the 10 yards away from the first?
I love that.
I love that.
So, I mean, it takes away the human element because teams are forced to play the game, and you're not going by who has the best team on paper. You know what I mean?
Got it.
So, as of right now, you could arguably say that the Yankees and Dodgers both have the best teams on paper. So does that mean that they get to go to a World Series because now everything is just spitting out computer results?
Mm.
So now you play the game.
Chuck and I need to switch ages. 'Cause it's funny. I used to think I was a baseball purist. I used to hate the DH and all that stuff.
I still hate the DH.
But I'm a National League
Of
guy.
course you like the DH. I hate the DH. Does anybody know how to bunt?
That's the thing. Like, do I really want to see pitchers hitting? They can't even swing. I don't want to see that.
Let me tell you something. I like having the pitcher, and it also takes it's the strategy with the manager if he's going to have to pull the pitcher.
You lose strategy, but besides for that, I don't need to see a pitcher hitting. It's such a waste. Yeah, it's a big. They don't even practice hitting. They're not really practicing hitting.
Look at Scherzer.
But John,
You see what happened to him? You see what happened to him with the? Oh, you didn't see 2 weeks ago? No. He was practicing bunting, and the ball went up and hit him in the nose.
I heard about that. I didn't see it.
Yeah, he got a nice black eye out of that.
I do agree with you that more players do have to bunt.
Yeah, but
everything now is about batting average.
Do they ever bunt in the American League? I don't ever remember seeing a bunt in a regular season American League game.
The Royals won the 2015 World Series because
they play National League ball. Ned Yost is a National League guy.
Right. Small ball.
Small ball, exactly.
But that's how you got to win. You got to win on small ball.
But small balls. Oh gosh, that's small.
Don't talk about yourself, will you?
This blackout has caused the.
Oh, speaking of that, I'm sorry. I know we're getting a little diverted. We went music. Speaking of small balls, did you see the bagel thing this week?
Yep.
Yeah.
Now,
I feel like it was staged.
Really?
By who?
I don't know. The guy is conscious. He's conscious of being a runt.
But you know what came out after? You know what came out? He might be right, Chuck, because it came out afterwards. This guy has a whole YouTube channel with multiple examples of him yelling at people.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So Chuck might be right about that.
Yeah. I'm telling you. And if you've really watched the video,
then that makes the post look really bad, by the way.
Everybody that was reporting it.
I mean, but the post came out first and followed up the whole thing.
Right.
Also, at the end of the video where the guy takes him down, the guy just like stays on top of him, and the small guy is holding his phone in his hand while on the floor with another guy on top of him.
And did you notice they both were wearing the same blue shirt?
Oh, really? I gotta look at that.
I tell you what, that guy bumps me, and that's the last thing he's doing. If he bumps me like that, that's the last thing he's doing. Listen, Shorty, you know.
He was so little.
You know what I would have done to him?
Yeah.
I would have given him a wedgie. And I would have hung him on a door. He's that small.
Call in, Chris Morgan. I have a lot of questions for you.
Oh, that would be awesome.
Yeah.
If there was somebody who was talking to me like that, I would have tackled him to the floor and then started
Pummel him. You give him a pummel. Yeah, the guy said to him, you don't talk to people like that.
Society's way too soft now.
Although the way it was acted, it looked like he was certainly surprised the guy came after him. You know, you're not my I like who he said the first guy. You're not my dad. You're not, and then he closed it. You're not my boss, and you're not God.
That guy's like 45 saying you're not my dad. If you're
But you know that whatever got him going, if it was staged on, you know those girls at the counter like mumbling, look at Shorty.
That's the start of the whole thing.
Right, but they said they didn't say anything. Right. So, but he goes, they do it to him on dating sites.
John, for your show, I spent the whole day on Friday calling bagel bosses around the city.
Yeah.
To try and do a prank call with this issue, saying that I'm, have height issues. and there's the problem with them is they're too busy. I couldn't get through. They were hanging up on me left and right.
You know what I love about a guy like that and there was a guy in college that would play basketball with us. He wasn't any good, but he loved to play. He was short. I used to purposely throw him in the post. I would go down in the post and purposely, I would just immediately ask for the ball at least 5 straight times down the floor or whatever. And like he would almost want to cry because he couldn't stop me in the post. And it's not like I'm this real tall guy, but at 5'9" versus 5'1", that's like Dikembe versus, Muggsy Bogues, that kind of thing. Oh, and by the way, speaking of Muggsy Bogues, this guy from Boston, I know you laughed at me. He looks good. He's got nice low post moves. I don't care. I got it, but you know what? Is he going to make their team?
Yeah, because they need a center.
And he could develop. He puts a little more weight on. That guy doesn't have to jump. You can't block his shot.
There's a reason why he's 7'6" and went undrafted.
Well, he's better than Bowl. No?
No.
He's not better than Bowl?
Bowl
Yeah.
No.
I don't know. I'd like to see those two in the post.
Bull has more of an upside than Taco.
Well, I'm rooting for Taco. He was good on Jacksonville. They were a fun little team.
No, do you know who I really like on the Celtics? Carson Edwards.
Where's he at?
Purdue. Remember the guard from Purdue?
Oh, right.
Dropped like 40 in the Elite Eight.
Yeah, I do remember.
I don't know how he fell to the second round, but that kid, he's a scorer.
Was he on the team that beat Rutgers the year before? He must have been.
Yeah, probably, yeah.
Anyway, so, all right, Izzy, let's take a quick break. We had a funny show tonight.
Interesting.
Oh, searching on a one-way street. I was hoping. You gotta love Jeff Lynne and the ELO, Electric Light Orchestra. You're listening to Talking Sports on a Saturday evening with me, John Friedman. Give me a call on the Gotta Go to Mo's call-in line. You better do it quickly. We'll be right back.
What do you think, Marty? Is sponsored by Brown & Brown Metro. They do insurance from homeowners, automotive, workers' compensation, business insurance, group health, casualty, and life insurance. Visit Brown & Brown Metro on the web at bbmetro.com or give them a call at 973-549-1900. Visit Brown & Brown Metro on the web at bbmetro.com or give them a call at 973-549-1900. Brown & Brown Metro is a proud sponsor of What Do You Think, Marty? This week's luxury Jersey City apartment from the KRE Group is a gorgeous 2-bedroom, 2-bath apartment home facing south and east with a magnificent view of the Statue of Liberty and Manhattan skyline at Journal Square. This 1,071 square foot home features an open concept layout with modern design, stainless steel kitchens, quartz countertops, luxuriously appointed bathrooms, full-sized washer and dryer in unit, central heating, cooling, and much more. Their leasing office is open 7 days a week, and you can reach them at info@journalsquare.com or give them a call at 201-659-7100. Check out KREinJC.com for more details.
Many doctors in the U.S. and Canada have chosen the Back Institute for their own care. Experts in non-traumatic spine surgery.
Izzy, we're going to go to 31.
No scarring.
31.
Offices in New York City, Philadelphia, and Beverly Hills. BackInstitute.com offers information about new non-traumatic techniques. Visit Back Institute online at backinstitute.com or give them a call at 800-956-6724. That's 800-956-6724. Back Institute, award-winning spine surgeons and physicians.
Talk Radio 77 WABC. Bernie and Sid in the morning.
Nike and Colin Kaepernick are back in the news. You know, we thought if he stopped playing quarterback in the National Football League, and that may be all, but no. Nike has caved in to Colin Kaepernick. Look, it's a Betsy Ross flag themed pair of sneakers designed to celebrate the 4th of July. I'd like to wear a pair of these Betsy Ross flag themed sneakers and give him a kick in the head.
Bernie and Sid in the morning. Weekday morning 6 to 10. Talk Radio 77 WABC.
Advertisers trying to reach potential customers in today's fast-paced, technology-driven world are having a difficult, if not impossible, time figuring out how to do so. There are so many options, from the traditional media to the practically limitless digital and social platforms that are available, making it harder than ever for businesses to get their message in front of the right audience. There is a solution, however, and it's called SCG Advertising and Public Relations. SCG is a full-service advertising and public relations agency that can help you navigate through today's chaotic media landscape and reach your potential customer. We help our clients strengthen their relationships, reputations, and brands by integrating your message across the entire media spectrum. The folks at SCG understand the options available to advertisers and will work with you to determine the best creative and media plan for your business. So learn more about us by visiting SCG.
I think we lost callers this week because because he didn't deal with it. He had so much going on, he couldn't get to the phone line.
Reach your customers, all of them.
Brutal. All right, we're back. We're talking sports on a Sunday morning with me, John Friedman. So I don't like to put the cart before the horse ever, right? And I don't like to make assumptions, and I don't like to get too excited situation. But I wanted to thank the audience, right? I wanted to thank the audience as the Nielsen books came out
Yep.
last week, and I reached out to the person I deal with here at the station, not expecting much. The show has just been on for 2 months, and I want to truly thank the audience that we have doubled our numbers in the 2 months that we've been, more than doubled our listening audience.
Amazing job.
And so I want to thank, obviously, I want to thank you guys, Izzy, Chuck, Jeff, because there's a lot of work that what the audience hears is what's at the mic. But I have a daytime job, right? That I work a ton of hours. Maybe Marty doesn't think so.
He doesn't think we
But I work a ton of hours, and I also, produce. I sell sponsorships for this show, and so there's so much that goes in to this show. So when I saw that, it was gratifying. So I want to thank the audience. Stay with us because we got a lot more to do. We're going to be here. We got NFL season coming up. So thank you so much, and thank you to you guys. All right, real quickly, Jeff, what you got going on tomorrow?
Thank you, John. Great job by you. As my wife's birthday, we're going to have a dinner tomorrow. Nothing huge, just a nice dinner.
Got it. Chuck, what you got going
I
on?
want to say thank you, Johnny, as well. Thank you, Jeff. Thank you, Bruce. Thank you, Izzy. Thank you, the fans. Tomorrow is softball, as always, in the 90-degree weather. So right after, I'm going to my girlfriend's house and jumping in that pool and staying there till Monday morning.
Nice. Now, I'd ask Izzy what he's doing, but he's on the phone.
We're trying to get the AC working in here.
Yeah, oh, God.
Boy,
It's hot. It's hot.
Wow.
All right. Looks like we're coming to the end of this week's show. As always, I hope your team wins. I want to thank Jeff, Bruce, Izzy, and Charles behind the glass and making it happen. I want to thank our sponsors. I want to thank our callers. And I especially want to thank you, the listeners. You've been listening to Talking Sports on a Saturday evening. I'm John Friedman. Have a great week, everybody.
This program is sponsored by Balance of Nature.
Wow.
The views expressed by the following
Crazy
program
one,
are
huh?
those of the sponsor and are not necessarily the opinions of 77 WABC or Cumulus Media.
Changing the world, one life at a time.
I've been holding off on buying vitamins because I figure, you know what? All the vitamins I need are going to be in the fruits and vegetables.